This wasn't planned. Once again, I just written constantly. I haven't even had to think about a word of this, but it's like, just, what did my father have? He was the first person in the whole fucking country to have a Jensen Interceptor. Vomit. And then we moved to the middle of nowhere and I ran off with the farmers, but yeah, he bought a really expensive Jaguar. And yep. Jaguar. These fucking horrible, status obsessed. Oh, yeah, he's got an expensive backpack on as well. Now, that sounds like I'm so snide, but in fact, there's another level to that in that, yeah, I discovered, as I kind of took up with mainly the very humble, once kind of slightly almost hippie types, around the region of Hay-on-Wye from 30 years ago. You saw a pattern. There were a few of them, blokes. They were complete fake, 1000% fake. They'd adopted the leather jerkins and the long hair and whatever, just for fucking sex, thinking they can screw loose hippie chicks, and none of them were loose. But a few of these guys, yeah, they would have your old antique Jaguars and that kind of thing, and you got to know them and they were just everything that was good in the late 70s and 80s. They, more than anybody else, in fact, totally perverted. They're total fakery. One of them, yeah, that Big Owl, complete and utter fucking fraud, basically owned Hay-on-Wye, Mr. Machinery. And then the other one, who I followed the progress of the book about him, complete fraud, and I got to know him, and he told me he was a total fraud. What was his name? Oh, I forget. Quite a good chronicle, that one. Yeah, but he performed the interesting gypsy hobo living in a gypsy caravan in the woods, but he was totally and utterly Mr. Status Machinery dude. Yeah, he told me he'd lived in Afghanistan and one day raced the Queen in an old Jag they had in their kind of drug fucking dealing fucking commune, and the Queen came along on a horse, and I actually believe his story. This is about 40 years ago, and he raced her along the dusty roads of, yeah, total and utter awful fake fraud. And to them, like, the old beaten up Jag is the ultimate kind of, it's worse than a status symbol. It's the greatest fakery ever. Right, why? But anyway, you see, but that's just pulled up. I mean, why? There's a whole fucking car park, right? And it comes and pulls up next to me. I mean, that is from the Goddesses. Just seeing that name makes me feel sick. But the good thing is I finished this. Except I haven't done the last paragraph yet. And that status symbol may have taken it out of me. I've had 3 hours here to myself. Nobody. Right, turn this off and finish this.